What's up, every pony? It is me, ElusiveOwl, and welcome to another investigation case on My Little Pony, Elements of Justice Crusading for a Turnabout, Case 2, Episode 6, Investigation. So, yes, this is the continuation of what happened on Episode 5, which I made... Is it back in June that I've made that reaction? June or July. But yeah, as the episode finished and there was a notification, and I remember as well, got a notification from them, and they've premiered it in less than a month, because that was on the, I think it was on 14th of June. That was first premiered, and then 11 days later, they produced another one, and I was like, "What? Another one in just nearly 2 weeks?" So yeah, they're very quick. They're very quick to release this out. So yeah, I'm actually on the description on the Elements of Justice description page, and it reads, "Hey, look at that. We finished an episode in a little over a month. Hi, everyone. It's time for the second half of the second investigation. The team and I worked even harder on this episode than the last one, and it'll be very apparent when you watched it. We're continuing to learn how we can work more efficiently while also upping the quality, which admittedly made us go through some hurdles and some pain and suffering. But we survived, and I wouldn't have made it through without them. Now it's time for me to shut up. Please enjoy the show." And there you go. So yeah, overall, the duration of this is 1 hour, 51 minutes, and 21 seconds. So yeah, I think it'll be just like... probably episode 4. Yeah, episode 4, where I had to cut it into 2 parts during my 2 parts during the reaction. So you may be seeing part 1 now of the reaction, and then part 2 will come later on. So yeah. I will I'll also put the original video of this down below on both of those links as well. So yeah. And just when I was about to get started, I need a toilet break. Oh. Right. Be right back. Court is adjourned. Let's take a toilet break. All right, every pony. The owl has swooped down to return from their break. And now I'm having a drink break. I am brew. Brewed in Scotland. Can you imagine just a random cameo that just appears on here, and it's a Scottish pony saying, "Oi, where were you going?" Something like that. But anyways, yeah, like I said, the link to the originals will be on separate links if it comes down to 2 parts, which it might. So, yeah. Also, I want to say, since it is October the 10th that I am recording this, 2022, I just want to say happy 12th year anniversary to My Little Pony and the Brony and Pegasisters fandom. So yeah, we have come such a long way for this. We've created magic, we've created more friends, shared experiences, and you know, made reactions to certain My Little Pony videos like I have in the past and such. And yeah, it's been a long friendship road down the line, and there will be plenty more magic to come throughout the years. So yeah, but yeah, happy 12th year anniversary to My Little Pony. And of course, 2 years now a year. Yeah, New Generation 2021. Yeah, 1 year of Generation 5. Yeah. But yeah, guys, with all that being said, like Pinkie Pie says, enough chit chat, time is candy. Let's get this officially started, shall we? This is episode 6 of Case 2 Investigation. And yeah, let's get this underway in 3, 2, 1, go. Got to take the headset out. Here we go. I'm so glad that there's a recap, because I probably remember so little.
I'm aware that Princess Luna planned to accuse me from the very beginning. My husband's job has kept him busier than usual lately. Canterlot had almost become like a second home to him. He had a travel case prepared for every time he had to go. It was seized by the police yesterday.
Miss Sugarstamp has already confessed to killing Royal Order.
Royal Order would often come up to Canterlot to keep me company. He was a good friend.
Being broken into. Yep. I remember that bit. Of course I remember the Carousel Boutique being broken. Although it looks perfectly fine. Anyways, February 14th, 3 o'clock p.m. Carousel Boutique.
I really regret eating all of those cupcakes.
What? Get a hold of yourself, Apollo. It's not even that far of a jog.
I should break it, you know? My legs can't run as fast as yours.
Never mind that. We're here now. Guards, surround the perimeter. If you see some pony attempting to leave, stop them and let us know.
Yes, Princess.
Now, where's Rarity? She has to know what's happening.
I don't know. I don't see her anywhere.
Twilight! Rarity!
Rarity!
This is awful, dreadful, horrendous. I think I could experience something
Miss Rarity, please, you need to calm
There's
down.
an advert in the middle of an episode. Bullcrap! What? I think that's the first time it's happened during my Elements of Justice reactions.
What happened here?
An advert in the middle of an episode.
I was still worried about my dear sister. So worried, in fact, that I feared I may faint. I returned home in order to decompress. But after I had unlocked the door to go inside,
As usual.
I saw that some pony had broken in. Oh, this is
The worst possible thing!
gonna be near Val when I heard Rarity scream. When I went to check up on her, she told me to come find you guys while she stayed here.
What? You shouldn't have done that, Rarity. What if the intruder had a weapon? You could have gotten hurt.
Well, I couldn't just leave. If I did, they might have gone away without any pony noticing. And while I appreciate your concern, Apollo, what have you know I've gotten into and out of a few scrapes myself. I can handle a bit of danger. Besides, we're here now. Now, whoever is in that boutique will have to deal with all of us.
Yeah, you've got a point. But you haven't seen anybody leaving yet, have you?
No, no, pony.
Were any of the doors or windows unlocked before we got here? Maybe they managed to sneak out that way.
I always lock all my doors and windows whenever I leave home. When I got back here, they were still locked.
Maybe the intruder managed to unlock them with a spare key?
Well, that would be impossible, darling. You see, I have the only key to my residence.
That's the only key.
And lockpicking would be out of the question, since you would have noticed if any of the locks themselves have been tampered with.
What so?
But wait, if they couldn't have gotten inside through any of the openings,
How did they break in?
I think the answer is quite obvious.
Go on then, Sonata.
it is.
It's occurred to you as well, hasn't it, Mr. Wright?
Right. If all the doors and windows were blocked, and Rarity has the only key, then the only way somebody could have entered the shop would be through magical means.
A unicorn.
Specifically,
Teleportation.
Yeah, that's gotta be it.
Why would somebody break into my shop? It seems to me the only way we'll figure out why is to investigate the scene itself. Rarity, could you show us in? Of course. If you all could follow me.
Do they have like a radar inside of their brain so that they can traverse inside the shop?
Look at this place.
They knocked over that pony mannequin. Poor thing.
Maybe spare some sympathy for whoever just left. Look, that's definitely blood.
Ugh. To think that blood would spill in my own home.
but it's not a whole lot. It's just a few drops here and there.
You think it could be the perpetrators?
It seems very likely. And assuming only one pony was here while Rarity was away, it must be theirs.
But there's nothing sharp in this room from what I can tell. So, how did they get injured?
Aha! Look,
Huh? What, Sonata?
it's a bit hard to see, but if you look at the floor closely, there are patches of white fur scattered around.
Oh yeah, there is.
No!
There's patches here and there.
Oh, they almost completely blend in with the floor.
Kinda.
Wait, I know where these patches of fur came from. They're from...
Opal?
Opal essence.
Where's my kitty? If that ruffian did anything to my little kitty, I would...
Opal!
Oh, blessings! Oh, thank goodness we're safe! Wait...
Jeez!
What's wrong?
There's blood on Opal's claws!
They're covered in blood!
There's blood on Opal's claws!
I think that explains it then. The drops of blood on the floor, the scattered fur, the knocked over mannequin, and the blood on Opal's claws. Put these pieces together and we get a clear picture of what happened. There was definitely some sort of altercation that occurred here. The intruder must have teleported in, since that's the only way they could have entered.
Right.
But when they did, they must have startled Rarity's cat. Opal would have attacked them, leading to the intruder knocking over the mannequin and getting scratched. That would explain those bloodstains on the ground and the blood on Opal's claws.
That seems to be the most likely scenario. But, of course, that doesn't explain why they would have teleported in.
Maybe they were trying to steal something?
I don't think so, Apollo. I scoured every inch of this floor and I can say with utmost certainty that nothing is missing.
From the looks of it.
Does that mean the intruder didn't even teleport in to steal from you?
Either that, or Opal scared them off before they could.
While we're here...
Mr. Wright, is digging through trash some sort of new hobby you've picked up recently?
No, this is a really relevant investigation technique.
Right.
Anyway, let's-
Sonata, I love you.
Yeah, a bunch of leaves, vines, branches. Not exactly the kind of stuff that you expect to see in a high-class boutique's trash can.
Certainly not. That looks like the stuff you'd find in some dingy, horrid place.
Dingy and horrid. Very apt words to describe a place I'm sure we're all familiar with.
The Everfree Forest.
Us?
This has been bothering me for a while, but I think I now have a possible answer. Do you guys remember what happened the last time we were here?
You mean...
Sweetie Belle. It was
Excuse me, Sweetie Belle, was it?
it was before the trial.
I've been looking around, and I couldn't help but notice that there's something a little unusual in your trash can. An assortment of leaves, vines, and branches. That doesn't seem like the kind of thing Rarity...
I kind of vividly remember this. Yeah, they were discussing about the vines and branches that were in the trash can.
I don't want to make any rash judgments, but considering what these are, and if we allow ourselves to think Sweetie Belle put them in the trash at some point...
Hold on, it buffered on me. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I don't know what's happened.
Then that further proves Sweetie Belle was in the forest that night.
Okay, we're back.
Warning, content triggers salvation and saving.
Are we got an advert? What's it say?
That can't be true! Scuffle didn't mention anything about Sweetie Belle being there! I don't remember Sweetie Belle ever leaving home! Well, we were all at Pinky's party that night, so there's no way of knowing what she did until you got back. Which, if I recall, was very late.
Not to mention that she was refusing to cooperate with us when we questioned her. And the cherry on top is the blood found at the statue. It was hers. So that's at least proof she was in the area.
In that case, we need to get her to talk. She must know something.
Yes.
The only way we'll get that to happen is if we gather enough information and evidence to use against her. By then, she would have to tell us what she knows.
Magnetama.
Once we feel like we found enough evidence to prove what Sweetie Belle did in the forest, as well as why, we'll speak with her.
Speaking of the Everfree Forest, I just thought of something.
What is it?
Hey, Apple Bloom?
Huh? Yes, Athena?
I've been thinking. Twilight said yesterday that you may know more about the Timberwolves. They seem to be a big part of this case, so I'd like more information on them. Are they normally aggressive towards ponies?
Yeah. Well, normally they keep to themselves in the Everfree Forest. Any pony who wanders too far in risks getting attacked by them. Like when my Granny Smith was just a filly, she had to deal with them a whole bunch. But she told me there's a specific way to scare them off.
A specific way?
Timberwolves don't like certain noises. It messes with their heads and makes them all jumpy and scared. If you make that noise, you're guaranteed to make them scared.
A certain noise? Like what?
Certain noise.
Greta said something about using pots and fans, so I reckon the best noise to make is a loud clang.
Clangs?
Clang.
So then the clang that happened in the forest.
It could have been some pony's way of scaring off the Timberwolves.
There were two clangs that night, according to Silver Spoon. One of them could have been made in order to scare off the Timberwolves. And we can probably infer that that one was made near the statue, since that's where the Timberwolves were.
Oh.
Where did the other one come from? And why was it made?
Clang statue.
That's a big
Clang
still have to
somewhere.
figure out.
It seems like this is all we can get from here right now. The police should be here any second to conduct their own investigation.
Wait, there was two. There's two. Wait. The Mirage Pool from where Royal Order went into. There was two of them, right?
You should probably head home now. I'd imagine Applejack's worried about you.
Wait.
Yeah, I know.
Hold
I
on.
hope you guys figure something out then. I don't like that Sweetie Belle's still trying to keep stuff from us. It's making me anxious.
We'll figure it out, Apple Bloom. Don't you worry. Huh.
Oh. Not so hard then.
This is Froggy Bottom Bog. It's so swampy. Well, that's the kind of place it is.
Hey,
It's not the key lock. It's a door lock that you could just turn the handle.
And an awful lot of it, too. Careful you don't wander into it, Apollo.
Why'd I ever do that? There's no way I'm risking getting a joke pulled on me. What if it makes me lose my voice?
I see.
Private Eye.
Good Good afternoon, my friends.
Oh, Private Eye.
Afternoon.
I'm rather surprised you got here so quickly. I trust you've been making some headway in your own investigation.
Something like that. But it seems like the more we discover, the more questions we end up asking.
Well, we should be able to clear up at least some of those questions right now, if I'm not mistaken. Do you have what we asked to see back in the detention center, Private?
I do indeed. However, I believe it would be pertinent to first show you what we've managed to uncover at the bog.
What you've uncovered?
Helmet.
We found this on some rocks near where the mouth of a river flows into the swamp. As you can see, on the right side, there is a distinct puncture. Does it seem familiar to you?
That's the same spot where the head wound was found on the body discovered at the castle.
Right.
Precisely, Princess Twilight. But here's another curious observation.
That's blood.
Blood!
But whose is it?
We aren't sure. At the moment, we are still testing the sample, but it's highly likely it belongs to the victim. That would mean the helmet likely does too.
Makes sense. A piece of bones on the right side.
How come you only found the helmet? Shouldn't the rest of the armor be around here too?
One would think so, but we haven't found any trace of the remaining pieces. Of course, that may be because we are in Froggy Bottom Bog. This is a deep and dangerous mire, and a variety of deadly creatures inhabit these waters.
True.
So dangerous is this area that more than a few ponies have lost their lives.
Damn.
But not just to the monsters. If you get caught in the swamp, it is nearly impossible
To avoid drowning.
We have good reason to believe that the rest of the armor has already sunk to the bottom of the bog.
Yeah, and there's another advert.
Find it anywhere along the riverbed.
3, 2, 1. They've shown more adverts than all the previous Elements of Justice episodes. What's going on?
Of all places, a trainer.
Indeed. And the missing
Sort it
armor
out,
suggests that the
YouTube.
huge royal order at the clearing likely disposed of his armor in the nearby river before moving him.
Whoever meaning Sugar Stamp?
I'm afraid so, yes.
That can't be right. Aside from the fact that she confessed, you haven't found any conclusive evidence that proves her guilt.
Except they have found conclusive evidence. That incriminating evidence you spoke of back at the detention center, which you found when you were in Canterlot, could you tell us what it is? Huh? Why does he look nervous all of a sudden?
I suppose I can tell you about that. As you know, I had been in Canterlot in order to report all the case's development.
Equity.
Equity. After our meeting, my team and I tracked Sugar Stamp to her home. After we'd apprehended her, we searched her house for clues. We discovered her mailbag, and inside it, the incriminating evidence itself.
And what was that?
A letter opener. Here. You can see why it is so incriminating.
Oh.
Blood.
Blood.
Don't tell me.
We already tested both items. The blood belongs to Royal Order.
God damn.
On top of that, the shape of the blade matches the hole in the helmet,
God damn it.
which makes this letter opener the murderer's blood.
Sugar Stamp, it's not looking good for you.
This is insane. Could Sugar Stamp really have killed Royal Order? The weapon and bag speak for themselves, as does the blood, but...
Hold it! That can't be everything, though.
Hold it.
Percy!
Come on, Daddy. You know as well as I do that evidence can be planted. All this stuff may tell us how Sugar Stamp may have killed Royal Order, but nothing's told us why.
That certainly was the case before, yes.
No.
You're telling us you found a motive when you apprehended Sugar Stamp?
Not quite, Miss Sonata. I can show you what I mean, but I believe it'll make more sense if we move deeper into the bog.
Deeper? Where
The mirror pool.
The mirror pool. 3:30 p.m. mirror pool.
Where's the boulder? There was a boulder here. It's gone now.
The one you mentioned yesterday?
Yes, the one that I put here to seal the entrance.
Oh, is that it over there?
Huh.
Yes, that's it.
When I first found the cave, it was already open like this.
It's open.
My team and I didn't really think much of it. But if this boulder really was originally on top of the cave...
Then it's just as we thought. Royal Order really did come here to clone himself.
Right.
He must have been the one to move the boulder.
Right.
At any rate, you said you could show us Sugar Stamp's motive, Private Eye.
I did. Right this way, if you would, please.
So this is the mirror pool. Kinda underwhelming,
Oh.
actually.
What were you expecting? Actual
Can we
tourists to show
focus on that?
Yes, I don't know. Something more than just a pool, I guess. This is Equestria, after all. I wouldn't have thought that the name could be so conventional.
Never mind the naming conventions. Private Eye, what did you want to show us?
Well, my team hasn't uncovered a great deal. I did want to follow up on your earlier request regarding that travel case. We've finished our examination of its contents, and have left it here for you to see.
But what does this have to do with showing us Sugar Stamp's motive?
Have a look, and I believe you'll discover what I mean.
Alright.
Toothbrush, towel,
that same
family photo.
So far, nothing
A
really all
note.
that relevant.
Dear Royal Order.
Wait, what?
Something, 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 something.
Some
Oh
kind
my.
of letter?
Sugar stamp.
What's it say, Athena?
Dear Royal Order, I really can't begin to express how grateful I am
for everything that you've done for me.
Sugar stamp's voice.
I've always known you were a noble soul, but somehow you managed to just keep surprising me. All those extended stays in Canterlot you've made, just to be with little old me. Oh, it's enough to make a mare swoon. It's a shame, though. I know you have your duties back home, but still, it hurts whenever you have to leave. I wish you never had to. Our time together, it means so much to me, and I know it means so much to you too. At least, I'd like to think so. But then you had to go home for Hearts and Hoofs Day instead of spending it with me. I know, you can't stay away from them forever. Sometimes you're just too noble for your own good, you know? But I do hope you don't stay away from me for much longer either. Come see me as soon as you get the chance. I miss you already. Love.
Sugar stamp.
Sugar Stamp?
Sugar Stamp?
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
No way! There has to be some kind of mistake. Royal Order wouldn't. Sugar Stamp wouldn't. Would she?
There's more, isn't there? Look, it's some kind of journal. It must have
Planner.
belonged to Royal Order.
What's it say?
Looks like only the first few pages have been filled out. February 10th. Meet with Sugar Stamp.
Meet with Sugar stamp. February 11th. Canterlot Library research.
Research
Duplication magic of no.
If no success, tell Sugar Stamp.
Never
I
must stay with my family.
No.
February 12th. Locate mirror pool. Perform cloning spell.
Perform cloning spell.
What
Meet
the?
Sugar Stamp at Everfree Forest Clearing, 10:10 p.m.
Private Eye?
Before you ask, yes. We confirmed that the writing in this letter matches Miss Sugarstamp's, and the writing in the journal matches Royal Orders. I checked and double-checked that one personally.
So this is what it's been all about. This is what he was trying to do that night, and why he had been away from home a lot more than usual.
He was having an affair with Sugarstamp.
God
Obviously,
damn.
he couldn't let his family know, but it looks like he also didn't want to choose between either her or Fair Devotion. And that's why...
Cloned
Himself. So he could be with both. Jeez. Oh my god. Oh my sweet celestial.
Then why would Sugarstamp kill him? If he succeeded, wouldn't this have meant she'd be with him forever?
Maybe not even that was enough.
What do you mean?
Look at the letter that Sugarstamp wrote. She sounds kind of possessive of Royal Order. Maybe to the point that she couldn't bear the thought of having to share him with any pony else.
But the clone?
It may not have been Royal Order. Or at least not the one that Sugarstamp
The
wanted.
what? Yeah, it might.
Perfect. They lack the memories of the original.
It might have been.
Know now which was which.
Might have been the clone that met her.
Even if she got to stay with the original, the fact that he cloned himself at all would only serve as a reminder that, when it came down to it, he couldn't choose her over his family. He had to make two of himself and give her what, rather than give himself all to her. And as a result, she may have killed him. It's strange. I don't doubt my reasoning, but if it's true, why couldn't I detect any of this when we were talking to Miss Stamp earlier? She sure didn't sound possessive or bitter to me.
There's one other item I wish to show you. It's about the anonymous tip that led to Turning Page's arrest.
You mean you have it?
I do. Here it is.
What the? It's in magazine cutouts too?
Another one.
What's it say, boss?
It says...
Turning Page.
is the one who
Killed
killed
his
his father
father
in
in
the
the free forest.
What?
Private Eye, you said this letter had been under strict examination. Have you discovered who sent it?
Not quite, Miss Sonata. Everything we've uncovered has been circumstantial at best. However, we now have reason to believe that the true killer mailed this to the police in order to frame Turning Page.
No pony saw it being dropped off, though.
I'm afraid not. It was placed outside the entrance to the Ponyville police station without any permit.
Why am I thinking it's
It was
Sweetie
around
Belle?
4:45 when a pair of officers brought it in. I doubt it could have been there for long. We were unsure if it could even be trusted until we started our inquiries.
No, shit, no.
Inquiries?
Well, since the letter claimed that Turning Page was in the forest, we decided to ask Sakura if he was. She confirmed that she saw him. As you will recall from today's trial,
Yeah.
Turning Page was subsequently arrested on suspicion of involvement. When we questioned him, he also confirmed that he was in the forest. As a result, we assumed that the anonymous tip was legitimate. And so, Turning Page was indicted for the crime.
But now that Turning Page has been found innocent,
Then the next matter was to discern the true author of this letter. Sadly, we haven't made much progress. But
because of what you've uncovered regarding Sugarstamp, you believe she's the true sender.
it's still circumstantial, but yes. She was in Ponyville on the day the letter was delivered, after all.
I mean, that would make logical sense.
Right. That was when she gave Athena and me our badges.
Right.
Moreover, if it's true that she killed Royal Order for the reasons you've concluded, then this tip would be her attempt to further punish him for not choosing her over his family. He hurt her, so she hurt his son.
Sins of the father.
God. Well,
it's weird.
Sugarstamp has got an ego that we did not know of since the beginning.
Mr. Wright found that magazine in Diamond Tiara's house. I know Private Eye believes Sugar Stamp sent this, but could it have been Diamond Tiara instead?
I mean, that was the first thing probably in my mind, either between
The more I think about it,
Diamond
the more
Tiara
I
or
realize
Silver
how
Spoon, and it couldn't be in
complicated
Silver
Royal
Spoon.
Order's relationships were. His son adored him, but didn't get to spend as much time with him as he would have wanted. His wife had a complicated relationship with him. And now Sugar Stamp.
God.
Wait. There's one more relationship at play here, isn't there? Back during the trial.
Oh, wait, was that?
He certainly was the epitome of a royal guards pony.
Oh,
His death was surely echoed.
is it Equity?
And those close to him.
Private Eye, I have a bit of an odd question for you.
Oh, what is it, Miss Sykes?
It's just, you knew Royal Order, didn't you? Personally?
That is an odd question. What makes you think that?
When you were talking about what his death would mean during the trial, you sounded far more sorrowful than I'd expect from the lead investigator. And just now, you told us you were the one who checked over the writing in Royal's journal. Almost as if you had a personal reason to see to that task specifically. I'm almost certain of it. You two were friends, weren't you?
I'm not much for talking about myself, if I'm being honest. But yes, that is correct. Royal Order and I went to the same school when we were foes. Celestia's School for Gifted Unicorns.
Went to Celestia's school.
That school?
Yeah.
The same one I went to?
Same school as Twilight.
Long before your time, I would imagine. You were the top of your class, I presume?
Yeah.
Yes. How'd you know?
Quite simply, it has to do with your bearing. You carry yourself in a way that suggests you are academically gifted. I carried myself in a similar fashion during my school days.
So that must mean you were also a top student.
I was. And Royal Order, though perhaps not always willing to apply himself in his studies as I was, did his best to support me. We became fast friends. But, as with all things, our lives changed. We eventually had to go our separate ways. Royal Order graduated and went on to become a cadet of the Royal Guard. Meanwhile, I chose to become an apprentice at the Equestrian Bureau of Intelligence. The
EBI.
for short.
The Equestrian Bureau of Intelligence?
It's Equestria's premier intelligence agency, assisting and handling all sorts of criminal activity. The head of the agency was actually my mentor. He's considered a legendary detective in law enforcement circles. Intensely driven, no other pony I've ever met has matched the sheer scope of his investigative prowess. Working with him was a supreme honor, and perhaps one of the hardest things I've ever had to do.
Really? Why's that?
Let's just say he didn't earn his legendary status over simple tenner-penny mysteries and easy detective work. It is barely an exaggeration to say he worked me to the bone to earn my place there at the agency.
You must have been quite busy then. Did you and Royal Order try to keep in touch?
We did, though a law enforcement officer's duty never ends. And though Royal Order's duties frequently occupied him, we both tried to meet up on occasion. I also had the pleasure of meeting his wife, Fair Devotion, a few times, whenever she'd come up to Canterlot to visit her husband.
So she does know him then.
And when was the last time you saw Royal Order?
That would have been the night he was killed. He'd been in Canterlot, as you know, and I caught him just as he was heading home to Ponyville. Of course, I couldn't have imagined what would happen next, but even so, if I had stopped him for even a moment longer.
Don't worry, Private Eye.
Miss Sykes,
We'll bring Royal Order's killer to justice, no matter who that pony may be.
Royal Order was my only friend, really,
Oh.
both as a child and as an adult. If there's anything more I can do to help, just say the word.
We'll keep that in mind. Stay strong, Detective.
Yes.
Thank you, truly. And good luck to you all.
Deep sympathies for Private Eye, folks. Sympathies for Private Eye.
I suppose that more or less confirms it. Sugar Stamp likely is our killer.
Could be the case.
I can't believe it. She seems so nice. Was it all just one big lie?
Going as far as to incriminate Turning Page, even if it makes sense, she must have seriously hated Royal Order. Or loved him to the point of hating him.
But what about that anonymous tip? Sure, Sugar Stamp could be the one to have sent it, but it's still highly suspect that no pony saw her do it.
Not to mention it was made from magazine cutouts. I'm sure you noticed it too, Athena.
Yeah. They reminded me of the one we found in Diamond Tiara's house.
Wait, what magazine?
This one. Here. I took a photo of it while we were there.
This is a rather low-quality photo, Mr. Wright.
Well, I didn't have a lot of time to take a better one.
More than that, it's impossible for us to tell if the magazine has any cutouts, let alone if they match the ones on the tip. We'd need to obtain the magazine itself.
But doesn't that mean we don't really know who sent the tip? Maybe Sugar Stamp didn't frame Turning Page then.
But that doesn't mean she couldn't be Royal Order's killer.
Exactly.
That's true.
What were you all doing at Diamond Tiara's house anyway?
Well, initially we wanted to go over their testimonies one more time to see if we'd missed anything. But they didn't have anything new to say.
They?
Yeah. Diamond Tiara and her friend,
Silver Spoon.
Silver Spoon. Ah, you mean the filly who lost a lens from her glasses?
Right.
Yeah. Wait, a lens? As in, just one?
You didn't know. The shards found at the scene were reconstructed into only a single lens, meaning the other must have remained intact in the frame.
Only one, huh?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Silver Spoon didn't mention anything about that in either the trial today.
it was only
or when we went to
from
see
the
her.
looks of the shots. It only looked like it was one frame of
Just
the,
in case.
of the glasses. It was one frame of it, or a single lens.
In any case, we should move on to the clearing itself. We might find some answers there.
Right. Let's get going.
February 14th, 3:50 p.m. Wait.
Who's that pony over there?
Is that Equity?
I think she's saying something, but I'm not sure.
How long has it been since we were together? I suppose it goes back to our days in the Royal Guard. Fresh recruits, hoping to do our duty and serve. If things had continued on as they were, I wonder where we would be. Would we have remained a team, or were we always destined to walk our own paths? Perhaps we'll never know. Our paths diverged, and you threw the first stone. Regardless, I do
Hey,
want to
animation.
much more than this royal order. In your memory, and as Lockhewer, I'll press on with what I must do. I know if you were in my horseshoes, you'd do the same.